Hi everybody, Chris here from Flying Star Astrology. Today we're going to be talking about Time Person of the Year, Greta Thunberg. Stay tuned. So Greta is 16 years old. She is from Sweden and started protesting climate change when she was 15, back in August of 2018. Greta comes from a family, her mom is a famous opera singer, her father is an actor, and on her dad's side, they have a relative who actually came up with the concept of the greenhouse effect, and that relative won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in the early 1900s. So Greta's enthusiasm for the climate actually goes way back in her history, her family's history. So she's from Sweden and started protesting, like I said, climate change back in August of 2018. She decided that she was going to go on strike for the climate by sitting out in front of the Swedish Parliament every Friday until the elections, the parliamentary elections, took place. Somehow word got out about this and she started attracting more and more people to come on these Friday strikes with her. And then back in September of this year, March of 2019, she was invited to speak at a conference on climate change. I think it was called the People's Climate Change Conference. So she gave a speech there and invited people to film her as she was giving the speech using their cell phones and to send it out on social media. And that's how she really became famous, I believe, is from that particular event. It's pretty remarkable that she was so composed to do that, because from what I've read, when she was 11, she first started hearing about climate change through a film at school when she was 8, and apparently it bothered her so much that by the time she was 11, she quit eating and had lost quite a bit of weight. So her parents took her to the doctor and she was diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a type of autism, as well as OCD and depression. So, and supposedly she had selective mutism and was like the quiet student in class, like never said anything, didn't really talk to people, didn't really have too much going on in the way of friendships. So for her to go from that to being like a worldwide known leader on climate change and being able to stand up in front of people and give this speech is pretty remarkable. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody going from one extreme to the other like that. So I wanted to take a look at her flying stars, and at the time that she won this award, which was yesterday, she has actually a couple of stars that would make me question why she would receive it at this time. So for the year, she's got the Star of Change on her success, and certainly she changed a lot. She went from being unknown to being known worldwide. And then at the time that this award was given to her by Time Magazine, she shows the Star of Loss and also the day that it was released, conflict. So change combined with loss and conflict is not usually good for your career, but I think there are other things going on here, so I want to talk about that. Her health direction has the Star of Fame, hard work, and the mouth. So she talks a lot, right? She talks about what she's passionate about. She gave a speech in front of the UN in September of 2019. She gave a speech at the People's Climate Conference in March of 2019. Hard work and fame through the mouth, that would indicate that. And it's likely to affect her health, but it may be in a good way for her because this is important to her, and what she had read and seen about things going on with the climate really bothered her and affected her health negatively in her younger years. Maybe doing all this work is helping her positively. Her relationship star has the Star of New Beginnings this year, as well as the conflict star, which means can indicate that something new that she started would create conflict in the world, and certainly it has. The conflict roles are in a couple of ways. First, that she's so young, being a representative, people feel that she is being used because she's a child, and since she's a child, people aren't going to say things negatively about her because nobody wants to be seen as attacking a child about their beliefs. And then other people are conflicted because they don't believe in climate change. They think that what happens with the earth and what's happening with the earth now is just part of the earth's natural cycle. And just like the ice age was a natural cycle, we're going through a natural cycle of warming. So all of the things that she's talking about is creating conflict in and around her through her relationships with people, whether they're direct or indirect, because she's a public figure. And then her wisdom direction, she's got a combination that can cause people to drain her mentally, like her thoughts can be draining, and the words that they're saying to her can cause her to feel mentally drained. But it can also bring fame. So her concepts that she's bringing to the public can make her famous. So all of this makes sense in terms of the timing for People Magazine's Person of the Year, her getting this award. But also, now that we're getting ready to move into 2020, the flying stars change for the coming year, and we can start feeling the effects and experiencing the effects of those stars as early as 9 weeks before those stars change. Well, for 2020, the stars change on January 25th. So we're 6 weeks away from that change. So we're well into the energy of the new stars. Some people are feeling it more, other people won't feel it right up until the stars actually make the change. So for next year, she's got the relationship star on her success direction, meaning she can connect with people better next year, and that will create more success for her. On her health direction, she's got the star of wisdom, which means that she can come up with ideas that can be beneficial to her health. She's got the fame star on her relationship direction, so people that she knows next year are going to help her become even more famous than she's been this year. I talked to a few people, they'd never even heard of her, which was kind of surprising to me, but that's how it is. Next year, she'll probably be more of a household name. And then her wisdom direction, she's got the star showing new ideas. So the new ideas that she has about the climate and the information that she brings out to the world, her opinions and her thoughts about the earth and what she would like to see as far as changes go and changes that we make as a society, a global society, are likely to bring her stronger relationships, more relationships next year, and that will lead to even further fame. So she could end up representing like a nonprofit or even a company next year, but we will likely be hearing more from and about Greta Thunberg next year. So I hope you found that interesting, and if you did, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you like this particular video. If there are other videos that you would like to see me make, go ahead and post it in the comments section down below, and I'll take a look at making those for you. And then for 2020, like I said, the flying stars are changing place on January 25th. And so what I've done is I put together a report called Flying Star Personal Predictions and Tips, as well as one for the general outlook for flying stars with how to use Feng Shui to activate the energy of the good stars and to reduce the energy of the stars that are challenging. But with the personal predictions page, I'm actually telling you what opportunities lie ahead for you for the year with the flying stars that are working for your career, for your wisdom, for your health, for your relationships, for your finances, for your romance, things of that nature. So it's an outlook of what opportunities the flying stars could bring for you next year and how you can work with those stars, as well as what months are best for you for your career, for your romance, for your relationships, for your health, and for learning and spiritual development. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my website, flyingstarastrology.com, and you can order that there. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye.